Shri C.B.K. Murthy asked, "How is devotion to God better than fear of God?" Swami replied, "O learned and devoted servants of God, the end goal of pravritti is to bring down the strength of worldly bonds with family and wealth to the minimum level so that the sins like illegal sex and corruption of money are not done due to over attraction to the worldly bonds. The end goal of nivritti is to reach the climax in the strength of single bond with God, so that all the worldly bonds totally disappear. The goal of pravritti can be reached in two ways. First, path of fear, avoiding sins due to the fear for hell there and due to fear for God here also. Intensive sins are punished by God in this world and in this present birth itself. Other sins are punished by God in the hell after death. In this path, control in doing sins is obtained through fear only. Second, path of devotion. Sins are avoided only due to devotion to God. Sins are not done because God is displeased. Since God is loved, the sins are avoided since we do not like to displease God whom we love so much. By any one of the above two paths, the end goal of pravritti, controlling sins, can be reached. But if you are in the first path of fear, you cannot enter nivritti, the second stage after coming to the end of pravritti. Hence, you do not have chance for nivritti, in which God takes care of your entire protection like the mother cat carrying its child by mouth grip, Marjala Kishora Nyaya. After achieving the goal of pravritti, you have to stand on your efforts only. If you slip anywhere at any time from the path of justice, you will be punished as per the divine rule. You have to stand by the grip of your effort only with continuous caution, like the child of monkey catching the womb of its mother during journey. Markata Kishora Nyaya. But if you reach the goal of pravritti by the second path of devotion, you can enter nivritti with the same devotion which is strengthened more and more in the phase of nivritti. Devotion during the journey in pravritti is like a passenger train, whereas the same devotion train becomes express in Nivritti. Like Simhadri train is passenger from Guntur to Vijayawada and becomes express from Vijayawada to Vizag. In the path of devotion, there is no need of any change, since it is a direct train traveling in both Pravritti and Nivritti. Same train from Guntur to Vizag. If you have reached the goal of Pravritti by the path of fear, you have to change the train and catch the path of advanced devotion running like express train. Therefore, if you control the sins due to devotion on God and not due to fear for God in Pravritti, it is the best and very convenient journey by a single train starting from the beginning of Pravritti up to the end of Nivritti. However, reaching the goal of Pravritti is very important from the point of peace and balance of the world created by God. Any owner of an industry always wishes that his industry should run peacefully without any disturbance. Thus, the goal of Pravritti is the foremost aim of God. God, in any human form, appearing at any region of the earth, necessarily preaches the achievement of the goal of Pravritti to all the humanity without any exception. An employee pleasing the owner of industry personally is not mandatory to every soul employee, and hence Nivritti is only secondary. Pravritti is forced on every human being in this world, whereas Nivritti is forced on God by a few devotees only. Hence, you must start the journey by single train of devotion, which is the best way to reach the end goal of Nivritti. Elders say that one should have either fear, bhaya, or devotion, bhakti, to achieve some immediate goal. But devotion is far better than fear. An atheist has neither fear nor devotion and will be responsible for the total destruction of humanity through his or her foolish and ignorant concept of atheism.
Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent harmony and peace in the world. So join us in sharing this universal divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God.